Diddy will be sued. And I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days.
Because my next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties.
The entertainment world has been shaken by an explosive new chapter in the ongoing saga of Sean Diddy Combs, a name synonymous with luxury, power, and influence in the music industry. But now, Diddy's carefully curated empire is under siege, and the drama is playing out on a stage as public as it is brutal. At the center of it all, a staggering multi-million-dollar lawsuit and a tangled web of allegations that threaten to dismantle not just Diddy's reputation, but also the image of glitzy celebrity excess that has surrounded him for decades.
Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. That's where it took place, yes.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like bathrooms.
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled.
Let's get straight to the headline. Sean Combs has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit. Yes, you heard that right, $50 million. The defendants, a man named Courtney Burgess, an attorney named Ariel Mitchell, and a media giant, Nexstar Media Group, which owns the television network News Nation. Diddy's legal team is accusing these individuals of fabricating and broadcasting outrageous lies about him, including claims that he possesses incriminating recordings involving some of the world's most famous faces. If this sounds like the plot of a high-stakes thriller, it's because the real-life stakes couldn't be higher, and the fallout is already creating shockwaves across Hollywood.
Yeah, they just went to every one of them looking for me. They said, the paperwork said the 24th, that I had to be there the 28th, and then it was the 27th. I told him, I can't make it there, that's tomorrow.
But what could possibly lead one of the richest and most powerful figures in entertainment to take such drastic legal action? According to the lawsuit, it all boils down to one thing: lies. Diddy's team alleges that Courtney Burgess has been on a media spree, making jaw-dropping claims that he has access to private recordings showing Diddy in compromising situations. And we're not talking about harmless party footage here. Burgess has gone on record, appearing on podcasts, cable news interviews, and even outside a courtroom, insisting that these supposed recordings include moments with celebrities who didn't even know they were being filmed. Some of the accusations are so over the top that even those who dislike Diddy have found themselves questioning their plausibility.
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes,
new.
there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Courtney Burgess, described in media reports as a self-styled whistleblower, has claimed that he received these shocking recordings from none other than Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-partner who passed away in 2018. According to Burgess, Porter allegedly handed over a memoir along with tapes that supposedly revealed Diddy's darkest secrets. The story sounds straight out of a conspiracy forum, but Burgess's claims gained traction after he testified before a grand jury that was considering additional charges against Diddy in his ongoing federal case. Suddenly, whispers turned into headlines, and the narrative took on a life of its own.
Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8,
Diddy's legal team isn't holding back. They've labeled the claims as outrageous fabrications and have flatly denied that such recordings even exist. In their legal filing, they accuse Burgess of knowingly spreading falsehoods to boost his own profile and profit from the chaos. The suit describes his actions as deliberate and malicious, emphasizing the severe reputational damage these allegations have caused. Ariel Mitchell, the attorney representing Burgess, hasn't been spared either. Diddy's team alleges that she has been recklessly amplifying her clients' claims, providing media outlets with juicy sound bites, despite having no concrete evidence to back them up. And here's the kicker. Diddy is also taking aim at News Nation, the network that gave Burgess and Mitchell airtime. The lawsuit alleges that the network failed to fact-check the claims before broadcasting them, effectively fueling a media firestorm based on nothing but hearsay.
Might have been victimizing.
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
The consequences of these rumors have been catastrophic for Diddy's career and public image. Once celebrated as a trailblazer in hip-hop and a titan of business, Diddy now finds himself battling not just legal charges, but also a growing cloud of public suspicion. Social media has been particularly brutal, with users quick to label him with derogatory terms and according to the lawsuit, this constant stream of negativity has made it nearly impossible for Diddy to receive a fair trial in his separate federal case, where he's facing allegations of orchestrating a criminal network. His legal team argues that the widespread belief in these false stories has poisoned the jury pool and turned public opinion against him before he's even had a chance to defend himself in court.
And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not.
But let's pause for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Why would someone like Courtney Burgess risk making such inflammatory claims against one of the most powerful men in entertainment? According to Diddy's lawsuit, the motive is as old as fame itself: money. Burgess has reportedly been shopping around a so-called memoir, which Diddy's legal team has blasted as a shameless attempt to profit from tragedy. They argue that Burgess has fabricated his connection to Kim Porter and that the entire narrative is nothing more than a publicity stunt designed to attract attention and, of course, cash.
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at
Okay.
a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
And if you think Burgess is the only one trying to capitalize on the situation, think again. Diddy's team has also accused Ariel Mitchell of using the case to promote herself in the media. Mitchell, who has filed multiple lawsuits against Diddy on behalf of other individuals, has been a frequent guest on television segments discussing the allegations. According to the lawsuit, she has made sensational claims about the existence of hidden recordings and implied that Hollywood insiders are scrambling to keep these tapes from seeing the light of day. One particularly inflammatory segment on News Nation featured Mitchell discussing the alleged recordings, with the host speculating about hidden cameras in Diddy's home. The problem? None of these claims have been substantiated, and Diddy's team insists they are completely fabricated.
I mean, that fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the...
But the damage doesn't stop there. The lawsuit also highlights the role of the media in amplifying these rumors, accusing outlets like News Nation of prioritizing ratings over responsibility. By broadcasting these unverified claims, the lawsuit argues, the network has not only harmed Diddy's reputation, but also contributed to a culture of trial by media. In today's digital age, where rumors can go viral in seconds, the court of public opinion often delivers its verdict long before a judge or jury does. And for someone like Diddy, whose career relies heavily on his public image, the consequences of this kind of negative press can be devastating.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment, as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
So where does this leave us? On one hand, we have Diddy, a man fighting to clear his name and protect his legacy. On the other hand, we have Burgess, Mitchell, and a media machine that seems more interested in scandal than truth. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the fallout is already rippling through the entertainment industry. If Diddy's claims are true and these recordings don't exist, then this lawsuit could mark a turning point in his efforts to reclaim his reputation. But if Burgess and Mitchell manage to produce even a shred of evidence to support their allegations, the consequences could be catastrophic, not just for Diddy, but for everyone connected to him. As the lawsuit unfolds, one thing is clear. This is more than just a legal battle. It's a clash of narratives, a fight for control over the story that will define Diddy's legacy. And with so many unanswered questions hanging in the air, the world is left to wonder, who's telling the truth? What really happened behind the scenes? And perhaps most intriguingly, What other secrets might still be lurking in the shadows, waiting to come to light?
I think it's to be expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come, within the next 2 years?
The courtroom drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs is just one layer of a much larger story, a story that has the entire entertainment industry holding its breath. Beyond the lawsuit itself, the fallout from these wild allegations has cast a long shadow on the glittering world of celebrity. And while Diddy fights to salvage his reputation, whispers of panic and fear are spreading among his famous peers. What was once a tightly knit circle of trust and shared indulgence is now unraveling, leaving many to wonder who might be next in the spotlight and whether Hollywood's golden veneer is beginning to crack. Let's face it, Diddy's life has always been larger than life. From the mansions to the private jets, from the lavish parties to the red carpet appearances with A-list stars, he built an empire on the very idea of untouchable success. But now, the same network of relationships that once elevated him is starting to feel like quicksand. As the lawsuit pulls back the curtain on Diddy's extravagant lifestyle, the implications for others in his orbit could be devastating. After all, the man isn't just a music mogul. He's a gatekeeper, a cultural icon, and someone who has played a central role in shaping the careers of countless stars. For years, being associated with Diddy was a badge of honor. Now, it might be a liability.
Yeah, but so there's still, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
Behind closed doors, insiders are whispering about a growing sense of unease among celebrities who have long been part of Diddy's world. The rumors of tapes, hidden cameras, and private recordings have triggered what one industry insider described as a full-blown panic. If the allegations are even partially true, many of Hollywood's biggest names could find themselves implicated in scandals that would destroy their careers. Imagine being a household name only to wake up one day and discover that footage of your most private moments is being shopped around to the highest bidder. That's the nightmare scenario keeping a lot of people up at night.
But like I said, the entertainment industry is very, very, very messed up when it comes to, the bigger you get, the more you had to do to get there. And so if you're not willing to put yourself in that position, you kind of have to.
And let's not forget the parties, the legendary gatherings that define Diddy's image as the ultimate host. For years, these events were the stuff of Hollywood lore, drawing everyone from pop stars to movie icons. But now, those same parties are being cast in a far more sinister light. According to some of the allegations, these weren't just harmless celebrations. They were meticulously orchestrated spectacles designed to blur the lines between indulgence and something far more troubling. While Diddy's legal team has fiercely denied any wrongdoing, the rumors alone are enough to make anyone who attended these events think twice about their own involvement. The ripple effects extend far beyond Diddy himself. Many of the celebrities who once flocked to his parties are now distancing themselves, scrambling to protect their own reputations. Some have taken to social media to issue carefully worded statements, while others have gone radio silent, hoping that time will erase any association. But in an age where the internet never forgets, the question remains, is it even possible to escape the fallout? Every photo, every video, every tweet from those star-studded nights is now being scrutinized for clues. And as the public demands answers, the pressure on Hollywood's elite is mounting.
And he is very, very dominant. He wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, it is scary because you think, this person or possibly his social network or the people he's around could make or break your career.
Take, for instance, the celebrities who have already been asked about their experiences at Diddy's parties. Some, like Ashton Kutcher, have chosen their words carefully, offering vague anecdotes that hint at the wild energy of those nights without revealing too much. Others, like Ice Cube, have been quick to deny any involvement, making it clear that they were never part of the inner circle. And then there are those, like Usher, who have openly admitted to witnessing things they didn't fully understand at the time. It was pretty wild, Usher said in a past interview, describing his younger years spent in Diddy's orbit. I don't know if I could ever fully wrap my head around it. Statements like these only add fuel to the fire, leaving the public to wonder what exactly went on behind closed doors.
If you say the wrong thing or you complain or I don't know, there's an element where you're just I guess manipulated in a way to make you feel like, oh, you have to please everyone around you. You can't say anything wrong. You don't want to say a bad thing, or when they're constantly asking you, would you like to do drugs? And you're like, well, I don't do drugs. And they're like, well, why don't you do drugs?
But while some celebrities are addressing the rumors head-on, others are taking a more cautious approach. Industry veterans like Damon Dash and Arsenio Hall have spoken about attending Diddy's events, but they've been careful to draw a line between the parties they experienced and the darker allegations now surfacing. Hall, for instance, described attending early evening gatherings that were family-friendly and far removed from the chaos described in recent lawsuits. There are different kinds of Diddy parties, he explained in a recent interview. The ones I went to were nothing like what you're hearing about now. Whether these attempts to differentiate themselves will be enough to protect their reputations remains to be seen.
I don't know the consequences of what that could have been. So I didn't really talk about it. I should have gone to the police. I should have said something other than to my agent. I'm just thankful that there was somebody there. There was somebody at that party who helped me, because I could have ended up in a really bad situation.
And it's not just the celebrities who are sweating. Hollywood's power brokers, the agents, managers, and publicists who thrive on their clients' success, are reportedly in overdrive, working behind the scenes to contain the damage. For those whose careers are tied to Diddy's legacy, the stakes couldn't be higher. His record label, Bad Boy Entertainment, was once a symbol of success, launching the careers of some of the biggest names in music. Now, its legacy is at risk of being overshadowed by scandal. The same goes for Diddy's other ventures, from his clothing line to his business partnerships. As the legal battles drag on, the question isn't just whether Diddy can recover, it's whether the empire he built can survive at all. Meanwhile, the lawsuit itself has taken on a life of its own, with every new development adding another layer of intrigue. Burgess, the man at the center of the defamation case, has shown no signs of backing down, doubling down on his claims in interviews and public appearances. His attorney, Ariel Mitchell, has also remained defiant, dismissing Diddy's lawsuit as a desperate attempt to silence his critics. Jody and Lexi, the former manager of Macedonia and later the CEO of Looney's, face disgruntlement. This is just a pathetic ploy to silence victims and people who stand up for victims, Mitchell said in a recent statement. Diddy has time to sue, but refuses to accept service for the lawsuits already filed against him. Whether this confidence is genuine or part of a calculated media strategy is anyone's guess.
There is so many people involved in this situation that works the machine here. That, Diddy's obviously the head of the whole situation, the king of parties, but there is multiple other people involved that are helping along the situation, or participating in.
For his part, Diddy is fighting back with everything he's got. His legal team has described the lawsuit as a necessary step to restore his reputation and protect his legacy. In a statement to the media, Diddy's attorney, Erica Wolf, called the allegations outrageous lies and accused the defendants of deliberately fabricating stories to profit at his expense. But while the lawsuit might help Diddy regain some control over the narrative, it's clear that the damage to his reputation has already been done. Even if he wins in court, the court of public opinion is far less predictable and far more unforgiving. As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: this isn't just about Diddy. It's about the culture of celebrity itself and the way power and privilege can shield people from accountability, until it doesn't. The allegations against Diddy have opened a Pandora's box, forcing Hollywood to confront uncomfortable questions about its own complicity. How many people turned a blind eye to questionable behavior because they didn't want to risk their careers? How many benefited from the very system that is now under scrutiny? And most importantly, how many more secrets are waiting to be exposed?
Everybody familiar with the old Houdini? So what Diddy's lawyers are trying to do is pull a Houdini. They're trying to say that the evidence that they have is different. Well, it's not different. The video that the entire world has seen is not going to go away. The fact that he had parties that were freak-offs is not going away. So it's just a question of whether or not Diddy is a...
For now, the entertainment world remains on edge, bracing for the next twist in a story that has already captivated the public. Will Diddy's lawsuit succeed in clearing his name? Or will it backfire, drawing even more attention to the allegations against him? And what about the celebrities who once called him a friend? Will they stand by him, or will they distance themselves in a bid to protect their own brands? The answers to these questions could reshape the industry in ways we've never seen before. One thing's for sure: this is far from over. And as the saga continues to unfold, the world will be watching every step of the way.
Then if he does, this new, quote, robust bail package, you can avoid and evade. And he is very connected with people that can help him avoid and evade. I'm not saying he will, but I would be surprised if the court grants him a bond. When the federal government wants you detained, you are normally detained. And here it was a very far-reaching situation that he was involved.
As the curtain falls on this explosive chapter in Diddy's saga, viewers are left with more questions than answers. Do you believe the allegations against Diddy hold any truth? Or are they merely fabrications designed to tarnish his reputation? And how might this scandal reshape the landscape of celebrity culture and the power dynamics within Hollywood? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more juicy celebrity gossip. Until next time, stay tuned and stay curious.